We're going to talk about estimating quotients. And as you can see on here, I'm using my multiplication chart to help me out on this. And it's really just another step, a step further than what we did on our what we worked on yesterday in class. Or today in class actually. So this is how we're going to do this. Okay, I have my dividend right here. It's 48, and my divisor is 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my multiplication chart, and I'm going to actually look for a number that's close to 48 because I know that 5 is not divisible by, or 48 is not divisible by 5. I'm just going to look for something close to it. So I'm going to go look for the 5 on my multiplication chart, and I'm going to follow it over until I get to a number that's close to 48, and 50 is really close to 48. So we're going to say that 48 divided by 5 is about 10, I'm sorry, about 10. So, on number 2, okay, number 2 is a little bit different. Okay, we're going to use 23, and we're going to see about how many times 8 goes into 23. So I go to my multiplication chart, find my 8, I'm going to go to a number that's close to 23, and 24 is really close to 23. So 23 divided by 8 is about 3. Now I have one place value right there, my ones place, so I'm going to add a place value right there. So 235 divided by 8 is about 30. Okay, next problem. We use 54, and we're going to see how many times 6 will go into 54 about. So I'm going to look for 6 on my multiplication chart. I'm going to take it over till I get to a number close to 54. Actually, I got to a number that's exactly 54. So that means that 54 divided by 6, well, is 9. Then I have one place value right there, so I can add a 0 there. And we could probably figure that out pretty quick too. You know 6 will go into 7 once, and there'd be 1 left over. So actually, the actual answer to that would be 91 remainder 1. But we'll get to that later. On this problem right here, problem number 4, I'm going to see about how many times 5 will go into 19. So I find 5 on my multiplication chart, and 20 is really close to 19. So 19 divided by 5 is about 4. Okay, and then I have one more place value there, which is the ones place, so I'm going to add that. So 192 divided by 5 is about 40. Okay, question number 5. We're looking at 66 divided by 8. 66 divided by 8. Find 8 on my multiplication chart. I'm going to follow it until I get to a number that's close to 66, and 64 is really close to that. So 66 divided by 8 is about 8. And I got one place value there, so I'm going to add that right there. So 662 divided by 8 is about 80. 36 divided by 3. So I go to 3 on my multiplication chart. I follow it over, and it goes into it exactly 12 times. And I have one more place value there, so I'm going to add a 0 for that. So 362 divided by 3 is 120. Actually 120 remainder 2, exactly. But next problem, number 7, 4 divided by 2. I don't even need to go to my multiplication chart for that because I know 4 divided by 2 is 2, because 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, and I have one place value there. So that's 20. It goes 41 divided by 2 is about 20. Okay, on this one right here. 21 divided by 4. I go to my multiplication chart. I follow it over until I find a number close to 21. And 20 is really close to 21. So 4 goes in 21 about 5 times. Then I have one more place value there. That's 50. Okay, let's go here and look at problem number 10. problem number 10. I'm going to skip 9 because we can't see the worksheet previous to this, or the page previous to this. We'll talk about that in class tomorrow. Okay, Max decided to use the 700 rubber bands to make 8 balls. Is it reasonable to say that each ball would contain about 90 rubber bands? So on this problem right here, the actual problem would be, and I'm going to write it up above it since my multiplication chart's taking up a lot of my space there. That would be 700 divided by 8. Divided by 8, which I figure out what that equals. So I'm going to use 70 divided by 9. Find 9 on my multiplication chart. I'm going to follow it over until I get to a number close to 70. And 72 is really close. And that's the answer would be 8. So so 72 divided by 9 is 8. And then I have one place value right there, which is a 0 there. So it's about, by my estimates, about 80. So 90 is not off by a whole lot. 90 is not off by a whole lot. So I will say yes on that one. Yes, it is. So we'll go ahead and look at some more of these problems down here. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll go through and do the odd problems. Okay, number 11, 43 divided by 9. Go ahead and clear off my multiplication chart here a little bit so I can do some more problems there. Okay, 43 divided by 9. Find 9, follow it over. 45 is really close to that, so we're going to say 5, and that's going to be 50. So 430 divided by 9 is about 50. Right here, 13 divided by 5. Okay, on 13 divided by 5, I go to 5, I follow it over. We'll stop at 15. 15 is really close to 13. So that's going to be 3. One more place value, that's 30. Problem number 15, 34 divided by 8. Go to 8 on my multiplication chart. Follow it over, 32 is really close to 34. Follow it up, so we're going to say 4 times. 34 divided by 8 is about 4. One more place value right there would make it 40. 65 divided by 6. Go to multiplication chart. We're going to follow it, follow it, follow it, follow it, follow it. 66 is really close. That's 11 times. It's 110. 110. So I did one on this supposed to. We'll go ahead and do it. Yeah, you got that one for free. Okay. 59 divided by 9. Okay, go to 9 on our multiplication chart. Follow it over, follow it over, follow it over. Let's stop at 63. We could go either way on that one. 63 is a little bit closer. So 59 divided by 9, about 7. That's going to be 70. Okay. Question 19. 63 divided by 6. I'll erase this again. This will get wrong. So 63 divided by 6. Go to my 6, follow it over. You go either go 10 or 11. I'm going to go with 10. Nice round number. So that's about 100. About 100. Okay. Next problem. 48. 48 divided by 4. Go to 4 on my multiplication chart. Follow it over. Goes into it exactly 12 times. So 48 divided by 4 is 12. One more place value, make it 120. I keep on doing my odd problems here. Okay, go ahead and do 21. 74 divided by 8. Go to 8 on my multiplication chart. And I'm looking for something close to 74. 72 is. Follow that up. That's 9. So we're looking at about 90 on that one. Okay, down to 23. 55 divided by 7. 7. Take it over. That's 56 is really close. So we're going to say 8 on that. 55 divided by 7 is about 8. So 552 divided by 7 is about 80. Three. Okay. 2 goes into 3 about once. Okay. And as a matter of fact, we'll take that back. Take that back. Let's look at this. We're going to say 39. Okay. And we're not going to be really be able to use our multiplication chart on that one, but we go ahead and round that to 400. And we know 2 goes into 4 twice. Okay. And then got 2 place values right there, so 200. So 392 divided by 2 is about 200. Okay. Problem right here. And we're not going to do that one because it's an even problem. Look at 47, or 27. 41 divided by 7. So go to 7 on a multiplication chart. We're going to stop at 42. That's really close to 41. So that's going to be 6. And that makes that 60. And 29. 62 divided by 9. Go to 9. Followed over, it goes to 63. So that equals 7. So that one's going to be about 70. Okay, that's good for the front side of the worksheet. Let's go ahead and look at the back page. Okay, back page. Let me pick it up a little bit more. Okay, problem number 31. Problem number 31. Okay, that's this one right here. My number's cut off a little bit there. Okay. Ada sold her mugs in 3 weeks. About how many did she sell each week? So first thing we need to do on this one is figure out how many mugs she sold. Okay, and it looks like each mug, on this picture graph, okay, each one of those represents 50. So we count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's 200. 250. 250. So she sold about 250. I'll bring that over here. 250. And we're trying to figure out how much she sold each week. So we're going to divide that by 3 because she did this in a period of 3 weeks. So we look on our multiplication charts. We find 3. We're going to take it over until we get something close to 25, which is 24. And so 25 divided by 3 equals 8. And then we have one place value, so that makes it 80. So she sold about 80 a week. Go on down and look at this problem right here. Okay, problem number 33. Okay, that's a pretty simple one. What we're trying to do is we're going to put complete by writing a greater than or less than in the blank. Okay, without dividing, explain how you know which quotient would be greater. Okay, and this is pretty simple. Okay, since we have the same divisor on both the problems, that means that the larger dividend is going to be the largest one. So this is obviously going to be greater than. Okay, and I think the last problem we're going to look at is problem 35 right here. Okay, and I covered it up a little bit. Okay, explain how to find a better estimate of 260 divided by 5 than the one shown below. Okay, and the example they gave us right here is they gave us 260 divided by 5. Okay, so what they want to go and do is round 260 to 300 and divide that by 5. Okay, and when they do that, 300 divided by 5 would be 60. So it's saying that 260 divided by 5 is about 60. Okay. I think we can get a little bit closer by using the strategy we've been using before. And we'll take 26 and divide it by 5. So we take this over. And it looks like it goes into it about 5 times. So our estimate's actually going to be 50. Okay. And we'll go ahead and see if it is better. See if the calculator shows up when I do this. Okay. So we're going to say that 260, 260 divided by 5 equals 52. And 52 is actually closer to 50 is actually closer to 52 than 60 was. So our estimate was better, 50. Okay. This is just going to be a little bit about, if you want to take a look at this tonight, it's going to be what we're going over tomorrow in class on Thursday. So go ahead and look over it. And you can also look over some of the questions that I didn't cover and give you a little bit of a heads up about what we're doing on